team and such. And my whole talking point to everybody I talked to was that unity is just a word, and bridges are not built with words. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Virginia, especially following Eric Cantor's defeat. How do you like that for a segue? I'm really learning my chops here.
Yeah.
But Eric Cantor, got beat yesterday, and a lot of people that I've been talking to are just giddy about it. They're just, But looking into the internal polling last week, I told you Saturday that Cantor was going to lose, and that's because when you look at the internal polling, and you look at the confidence intervals of the statistics out there, you see that the way the surveys were done were flawed. And McLaughlin, is Eric Cantor's pollster, comes out on, I think it was Yahoo today, says it blames it on the Democrats. Well, there's no evidence that there was a big influx of Democrats.
Right.
The man just did a lousy job doing his surveys and doing a statistical analysis. But when you look at the 3 different polls that were available out there with the confidence intervals, it became apparent that Dave Brat was going to win. In fact, it was so apparent that the Democrats last week actually put a candidate up in that race, and they wouldn't have done so if Cantor was going to win, because Cantor would not be beaten by a Democrat.
Right.
And so I just find, and I was sitting there last night, and I got all these phone calls, people saying, are you checking out Fox News? Are you checking out this news or that news?
Yeah,
or
I know.
whatever?
It was on every news channel.
And I thought, oh my word, look at this. It did come to pass. I guess I'm a little bit smarter than I give myself credit for, but all these talking heads on TV, Britt Humenson and Bret Baier and all that, they're all talking about Eric Cantor, and the reason why he lost was because of amnesty and the illegal immigration. The answer to that is a flat-out no.
Yeah.
It's not because of that whatsoever. People everywhere, here at this table, you at home, everybody's tired of politics.
I'm tired of the establishment.
We have a broken government. The whole system is broken, and it needs an overhaul. And all Eric Cantor was doing was playing business as usual, politics as usual. And I'm going to tell you what, any politicians watching out there, we're tired of politics. We want solutions. We know what the solutions are. Close the borders.
Yeah.
We don't hate on anybody. We don't want to deny anybody access. But at the same time, we are a nation of laws, and we have to observe our laws. And another thing about Eric Cantor was that he came out very negative against Dave Brat.
Right, and people are tired of that.
People vote for me because the other guy's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true, because Dave Brat ran on 6 basic principles. Number 1, he ran that the free enterprise system is the most productive supplier of human needs. Number 2 is faith in God is essential to the moral fiber of our society. Everyone is entitled to equal rights and equal opportunities, right? Fiscal responsibility and budgetary restraints on the part of government at all levels of government. The federal government must preserve individual liberty. And finally, peace is best preserved through a strong defense. Now, if that sounds familiar, hang on, caller, we'll get to you. Just let me finish my thought. But these 6 items is what Dave Brat was talking about at every campaign stop, at every town hall. Those 6 items are the Republican creed. And they're saying that he's Tea Party. Well, he's not Tea Party. He is holding these principles up high, and people liked what they heard.
Yeah,